Hey guys, welcome to our channel. We're the Happily Ever After 4, and this week we have been on the Disney Magic. It's the first time on this ship, but not the first time to the layout and the overall feel of it. It's the same class as the Disney Wonder, so for the most part, same floor plan, but definitely different theming and a different overall look. And right now, I'm gonna give you a nice big ship tour. Normally, start on deck 3, work my way up. I do it nice, bright, sunny days, but I'm going to change it up today. So I thought I'd start at the top, work my way down, and to do it at night when you can see everything lit up. Super cool and fun. So right now we are deck 10 forward, and deck 10 forward has your sports areas. So here, as you can see, they have the basketball courts. There's a couple of them there. Also, when you come up in here, which is really fun to be here and be able to see out as the ship is going, but as you can see here, there are ping pong tables and foosball tables available for recreation at any time of the day. And as I said, this is deck 10 forward. And then we're gonna make our way back this way. Now deck 10 is the highest most outdoor deck that you can go here on the Magic. So as you can tell, they've already put chairs up for the evening, but during the day they have them out along the railings here. Now, as we make our way towards midship, this area right here is going to be your adult only area. You've got Cove, the Cove area, Signals Bar, as you can start to see here, and then the adult pool. Now what you can see all lit up there, which I can't go into, but that's concierge. It's all indoors. This area to the far left does have open air, but it is covered. So that top level right there is concierge, but right now if I look down, that is all part of the adult only area, which we'll see in a minute. As far as deck 10 possibilities, where I am standing right now is still part of the adult area, and usually they have these chairs set up like this all along the sides. Same thing with the directly opposite side. So let's keep going here. We're passing the concierge right now. And then here we get to midship. Now, one of the cool things about night is you get to see that. So, 10 midship, if you go through those doors, then you'll find the midship elevators and the entrance to the concierge area. There's also the entrance to Vibe, which is what's in that funnel up there. So this funnel is not a functioning funnel. It's just there for decoration only, but we'll walk past that so you can see that right now. Here on the Magic, they have these really cool things that light up right here. You just wave your hand and then open the doors. So we're just gonna continue across the way, and like I said, concierge. Now, up here in these doors, which you can go and visit during open hours. Right now is not open hours, so I cannot go up there, but that is the Vibe, which is the teen area, ages 14 to 18. But
That's why I have any extra tax? Because I don't have any extra tax.
if we continue out here, so we're still in midship, deck 10. Here is the entrance to the slide, the Aquadunk, which is this that you see right here. So you're up top there, and then you get dropped through here, up and slide around, and then you come down and you come out right here.
the door. So when its light is hit the ground,
We're getting here towards aft,
to be found
which is the back.
beneath the lovely London.
And here we have the entrance to this slide here. This slide is called the Twist and Spout. So you go up here and these stairs, which you can see right there, and then you come down here and make your way twisty, 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 twisty all the way till the bottom, and you exit right there. Continuing here, deck 10, we're headed towards aft. And this, what we can see here right now, is Paulo. Now they're about closing up for the evening, but it is a gorgeous restaurant with delicious food. Italian. But this is the back end of the ship, deck 10. I highly recommend eating there. It is an additional charge, and it can get expensive, but it's worth it. Now, as we're nearing the other side of the ship, and I just turn around, this area is very open. Now this stays open during the day. They don't put chairs out here, but when it's light out, you can just see water and the wake behind you. It's really pretty cool. And that is deck 10 aft. Here is the entrance to Paulo. Very fancy, very wonderful. Now, this is the only thing in this area of the ship in deck 10, so it has its own theming, it has its own vibe and feel to it. Very upscale, very nice. And that is the only thing in this area from this elevator. Now I just stepped back outside those same doors and I am here going towards midship, but we're going to take these stairs down and head down to deck 9 and go from there. Now on this side of the ship, deck 9, you've got this pool area that's open during the day. And this is where you're starting to get some of your food. Now Daisy's Delights has some really great lighter, healthier options than some of like heavy things that you see in some of the other areas. Sandwiches, fruits, salads, and stuff like that. And then, when you go in these doors right here, then you get cabanas. Now this is your main buffet that you have for breakfast and lunch. They do have some dinner options, but generally not so much because it's dining in the main restaurants. But when you come, you wash your hands and then you go through these doors this gentleman just came out of, and that is where you eat. There are 2 sides to cabanas and it takes up this whole back half of the ship on deck 9. Now if we head back out here on deck 9, we're still at the back of the ship. This is where the drink station is, where you can get your sodas. There's water here as well. You also have tea, coffee, and hot chocolate with assorted accessories with your creams and your sugars and tea bags and all sorts of things. So this is the back half. Now, back behind those slatted area, that is crew only. Not like on deck 10 where if you were to go through there, then it would be the adult area. So turning around, and we're gonna make our way across and around here on deck 9. This is the exit of that twist and spout roller coaster water slide. It's not a roller coaster, it's a water slide that we saw on deck 10. Now when you come down underneath here and around this bottom area, you're going to get into another area similar to Daisy's Delights where you can get food pretty much all day long that's not buffet food, but food is catered a little bit differently. There are specials that they have different each day, like they might be having a, there was a salmon burger one day, there was a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, there was a spicy chicken sandwich, but for the most part, sandwiches, burgers, and hot dogs. As we come around here, now Daisy's Delights is directly behind me. So this is the starboard side, but here is the ice cream. 24/7 ice cream, soft serve. They have different flavors, different days. So as we continue here on deck 9, we've got one of the pool bars to the left. And if you wrap this around, then you get Pinocchio's Pizzeria, which is also open most of the day. Late night, as you can see, this is one of the only places that's still open here this late evening. And then from here, if I just turn around, then I'm midship down here on deck 9, and I've got the spa here, and I also have this pool, which can have
by Friday at midnight. I'm afraid we will have to repossess your home. You will have to vacate the premises. Really?
I didn't realize So that pool can close, and then that's where they do all their dancing and the shows here on the deck 9. But as I continue towards forward, then I have the adult area. As I get here, we've got the Cove Cafe, which anybody can go in there and get, and they usually have more of like coffee, like a stuff like that. And as I continue here, this area is much quieter. As you can see, deck 10, that's where I was when we looked down, and here we are looking up. So this is still the adult areas only. Now the pools are closed now, but they weren't earlier. It's a very nice, relaxing way to spend the afternoon. And those partitions that I walked through, when I came through, they really do cut the noise. And it gets very quiet over here. It's very different. You wouldn't think it, but it is true. So let's make our way back over to deck 9 and see if there's anything else on this deck to see. All right, and that covers most everything in these upper open decks. So let's make our way down. Now as we're heading down, decks 8, 7, and 6 are all entirely staterooms. Deck 5 does have staterooms, but it's mostly on the aft end of the ship. There are things midship and forward on deck 5. And then you have the rest of your staterooms on deck 2 and 1. But these decks right here are staterooms. All right, so I just got down here to deck 5 midship, and you probably can hear some of it, but right up here in that area is going to be the Oceaneers Lab, which is ages 3 to 10. I was able to film some things in there when it was open hours. I'm not going to go in there now because that is for checking kids in and out, but that is one of the kids clubs right there. So as we continue here, this is going to be port side right here.
Oh my God, you guys are safe. You guys are safe.
As we continue here on deck 5, you'll see here to the left is the Oceaneers Club, which is another, you could call it a sister kids club to the Oceaneers Lab. There is a walkway that connects the two of them. We did get some footage from when they had open hours as well, but at a certain time this one closes, so all the kids that are in here then get put back in the lab and they're all in there together. So as we can continue this way here, we're still here on deck 5. This is the nursery, which is for kids aged 1 to 3. Now continuing down deck 5, here we have the Buena Vista Theater, and the Buena Vista Theater is where they show movies. It's literally just a movie theater. The amazing thing about Disney is that they can show first-run movies. So right now Inside Out 2 is only in theaters, except here on this cruise we were able to see it. They showed it a number of times. They also showed Deadpool and Wolverine, which premiered this weekend, so that one is a theater only one, but they had it this cruise line. Very cool. There are 2 entrances. Here is the second entrance. As you continue this way, we are now aft. Down that hallway is going to be staterooms. However, and so is down the hallway there on the starboard side. We are going to head down to deck 4. Now, remember, you can find these directories and maps at every elevator station, so they'll be able to list all of the different places and things you can do, go, or see, and what deck, part of the ship that they're on, and then also a current map of the deck that you are on in this moment. So, deck 4 aft is where we are. And if we come this way, port side, here is where you will find, down those halls, will be Animator's Palette. So that is a super fun restaurant dealing with animation and then color and a whole big long thing, but down there is the Animator's Palette. Alright, if we continue here, we have some shopping. This is Diamonds and Wishes. So there's lots of jewelry that you can purchase aboard the ship. And then over here is also shutters. So what you can do is you can scan your Key to the World card and be able to view and purchase all of the photos that have been taken on this cruise. They also have a portraiture studio, which is what we are going to be coming up on right now, where you can schedule sittings to have family portraits or any other portraits that you would like taken, and then be able to choose those images as well. And that is through here, the Schroeder's Portrait Studio. As we continue to midship of deck 4, you can see that there is another entrance to the D lounge right across the way. And there are also benches for seating and all sorts of fun things here. They do a lot of events here, especially if weather changes plans. And so, as you can see, you can be able to be down there, deck 4 or deck 5, and have great views all the way around. This is deck 4, midship. So, as we continue, here to our left is Mickey's Mainsail, and to our right is Whitecaps. These are going to be your main source of shopping for Disney merchandise here on the ship. They are only open when they are not in port. Check out the merchandise video for the Magic to see some of the products that they have there. But that just means that evenings and sea days are when you do your most shopping. But as we continue here, this is now the back of the ship. They have Preludes on this side and on the other side. We'll walk past there in a minute. But these doors right here are the entrances to the Walt Disney Theater, and this is where they do all their live shows. It's much bigger than the Buena Vista Theater, and in here they have different shows on different ships. There's a couple that are the same per different ship, but they're always really fun, very entertaining. The longer ships, they also do other acts like comedy acts or different things like that. But this will be your evening entertainment that switches off with dinner schedule. So these are still deck 4 aft elevators. I lied, forward. I apologize, I'm all switched around. This is actually forward. We are forward, the front of the ship. All the shopping, the Walt Disney Theater is the front of the ship. Forward. So now we are headed back towards midship. Here's your second Preludes. So this is where they sell beverages. There are alcoholic beverages and soda and bottled water and popcorn and candy, all for additional charges. But they usually have popcorn buckets, refillable popcorn buckets, and fun ones that are also sold in the parks, sometimes exclusively here, but way cool. All right, let's make our way down to deck 3. So as we go here, deck 3, this is where you're going to see guest services. Now, guest services is open 24/7, so they are always there to help you if you need. This area is where they usually have a lot of photography, backdrops, musicians and stuff around in the evening times. This is going to be the main atrium. As you can see, it goes up. All right. The fun thing is that each Disney ship has a different statue here. And the Magic has Mickey. So if you come here onto the other side of the deck 3 atrium area, this is where there are Port Adventures desk. So after a certain point in time, as you're approaching the dates of your cruise, you will not be able to make any changes or reservations on the app. And so this is where you would come to do that. And these doors right here with the paneled windows, those are the main doors that you enter when you come onto the ship, which is really fun. And they do massive fun greeting with all the cast members, but you come into this atrium area when you board, and this is the first image that you find and you see, and it's just so exciting. This is also the main area that you see everything when you are having your evening entertainment. They have musicians and acts that perform up there on that stage that make this a really fun environment in the evenings as you're dining or going to the shows or shopping or just enjoying your time here on the ship. Also here on Deck 3 is your main entrance into Lumiere's, which is your second massive main dining restaurant here that's part of the evening rotation. Okay. Which we will be putting a review up, so you can check that out if you're wondering what it looks like inside and what some of the menu looks like. Now we come at a crossroads. Let's go back to the back of the ship, which means we come down this corridor. Now Lumiere's, that restaurant, is to the left. Massive port windows are to the right, which makes it really fun during the day to be able to see outside. But as you come through here, now these stairs right there are what we saw as we were coming back. They will take you upstairs to Shutters, but we're not going to Shutters. This is the Soul Cat Lounge. This is jazz, soul themed. You can be here. There's a drink menu. There are some food menus. They do live music here as well. Very fun. And as we get here, this is the third and final main dining restaurant, which is Rapunzel's Royal Table. We also did a dining review of this restaurant, so check that out for what it looks like inside and what the menu is like as well. This one is German-inspired food, a little bit different. Lumiere's is French, and I guess you could say that Anna Mary's Palette is American. I'm really not sure on specifics on that one, but we do have a review of that one that you can check out as well. So let's head back to midship. Now, when we were at that crossroads, we chose to go down the hall to the back, to aft. However, if you come this way to the front of the ship, you will find the rest of the adult lounges and bars and entertainment areas. And this section is called the After Hours. You can hear some of the events that are going on right now, but here you have Fathoms, Keys, and O'Gill's Pub. So this is Fathoms. As you continue through this hallway, you come to the second one, which is Keys.
There it is. Thank you for the flashlight.
Now, if we were to come and turn right here instead of going straight, we are going to make ourselves closer to... Now this is Sea Treasures. It's another store. It has very limited hours, just in the evenings for just a little bit. But here to the right is the second entrance to Fathoms, and to the left is O'Gill's. Now O'Gill's is an Irish pub style place to come and relax. It's also a sports bar. So there are additional food items that you can order here. They have games that are showing multiple screens. Definitely lots of opportunities to come and relax. More of a bar setting, whereas Fathoms is more of a club setting, and Keys is more of a live music jazz lounge setting. So we'll make our way out here. We will make our way back to Deck 3 midship. And that is the Disney Magic. Very similar to the other ships, but also so unique in so many ways. You know that it's the same attention to detail, the same quality, but also has its own little magic with the things that are only exclusive to this ship. Hopefully we get to cruise on this ship again. We really enjoyed it here. Hopefully you guys will too when you get to experience it. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all the things. See ya!